The central government has issued administrative warning to 27 districts and cities in North Sumatra for continued open dumping. Officials demand a full transition to sanitary landfill system by 2026 to curb health hazard and environmental damage, naming Sibolga, Asahan, and Labuhan Batu among non-compliant areas. At the Indonesia Energy Transition Dialogue in Jakarta, former President SBY declared Indonesia can help avert global climate disaster if leaders act decisively on clean energy. He criticized global militarization spending and called for unified, policy-driven climate action. The 2025 Mandalika MotoGP drew 142,000 spectators over 3 days, generating an estimated 4.8 trillion rupiah in economic impact. Hotel occupancy surged across NTB, affirming sport tourism as a pillar of regional recovery and global branding. Now, there's far more to unpack tonight, from AI in classrooms to justice behind bars and lanterns lighting up Binjai. Stay with us for the full picture. This is What's Up Today with your anchor Saila Iktianti for Tuesday, 7 October 2025. The message is bland: stop dumping, start managing. Dozens of North Sumatra regions now face a hard deadline to overhaul waste practices. Tonight, we reveal who's on the list and what transformation looks like on the ground.
The North Sumatra Environment and Forestry Office confirms that 27 local governments, 21 districts, and 6 cities have received formal administrative warnings from Jakarta over persistent open dumping at final disposal sites. These warnings, issued under national environmental law, mandate a complete shift to sanitary landfill operation by 2026. Unlike open dumps, which leave waste exposed to air and rain, sanitary landfills require engineered lime cells, daily soil cover, leachate collection, and methane gas control to minimize pollution and public health risks. Provincial officials specifically cited Sibolga, Tapanuli Tengah, Asahan, Labuhan Batu Utara, and Labuhan Batu Selatan as priority zones needing immediate intervention. While some reports cite 24 regions under sanction, the discrepancy stems from data cut-off dates. Both figures reflect the same urgent national push to eliminate open dumping by 2025 until 2026 per Ministry of Environment directives. The stakes are high. Open dumps contaminate rivers like the Asahan and Wampu, leach toxins into groundwater, attract disease-carrying pests, and emit potent greenhouse gases. Transitioning to sanitary system demands significant investment in land acquisition, engineering, and trained personnel. Yet progress is emerging. At least 3 regions have begun pilot sanitary landfills, and Medan is advancing plans for a waste-to-energy facility at its Terjun site to reduce landfill dependency. Residents should anticipate changes, new waste sorting rules, adjusted collection schedules, and potential fee adjustment as municipalities restructure operations. Local governments must now submit detailed implementation roadmaps and budget proposals aligned with the 2026 target. The Environment Ministry will monitor compliance with potential sanctions, including funding cuts for laggards. The real test lies in execution. Can land permits be secured? Will budgets hold? And can communities adapt without bearing disproportionate costs? This question will define whether North Sumatra meets its environmental obligation or falls further behind. From Medan, the Media Publikasi News team reporting for What's Up Today.
These warnings are more than bureaucratic notices. They are legal precursors to penalties if deadlines slip. Transitioning from open dumping to sanitary landfill isn't just about burying trash differently, it requires acquiring environmentally sustainable land. constructing line containment cells, installing leak and gas management system, and retraining those crews. Crucially, it also demands public cooperation, household sorting to reduce contamination and lowers long-term costs. The slight variance between 24 and 27 region season contradiction is timing. Different agencies report at different intervals. What viewers should watch for are tangible signs: phase closure of old dams, new transfer stations, and pilot composting or refuse derived fuel projects. If your neighborhood starts receiving color code, bans or community briefings, that's the rollout beginning. The ultimate measure of success won't be paperwork, it will be cleaner rivers, fewer disease outbreaks, and towns that no longer smell of decay. The clock is ticking toward 2026. If your district is on the list, expect a public action plan soon. AI isn't just for tech hubs, it's heading into North Sumatra classrooms. With Google backing, a major teacher upskilling drive is underway. Here's how it will reshape lesson planning, grading, and even vocational training.
North Sumatra Governor Bobi Nasution has formally endorsed Google for Education Gemini Academy initiative, a province-wide program to train up to 20,000 high school and vocational teachers in practical AI skills. During a meeting in Medan, Nasution welcomed Google's local lead, Olivia Basrin, and confirmed SMA Negeri 1 Beringin in Deli Serdang as the first pilot school. The governor aims to expand participation to 60 schools by 2026, supported by hands-on mentoring, certification, and periodic site evaluations. Nationally, this aligns with Indonesia's digital education roadmap, which prioritizes AI integration in teaching workflows. Antara reports that certified modules will cover AI-assisted lesson planning, automated grading rubrics, student feedback generation, and ethical prompt engineering, always positioning teachers as final decision makers. In vocational tracks, training will be tailored to regional industries. AI tools for optimizing palm oil yield analysis, rubber quality prediction, and supply chain logistics are already in development. Implementation hinges on infrastructure. Participating schools must ensure reliable internet, device access, and data privacy safeguards. Google and provincial education officials plan a hybrid model, in-person workshops paired with online micro-courses. Each school will also appoint a digital champion, a tech-savvy teacher tasked with sustaining momentum between sessions. The governor's office framed this as dual purpose, enhancing pedagogy while streamlining administrative tasks like attendance and report cards. The promise is clear: less time on paperwork, more on student engagement, but risks remain. Without equitable device access and bandwidth, the initiative could widen the digital divide between urban and rural schools. Oversight will be critical to ensure AI support not replaces teacher judgment. For students, the ripple effect could be profound. More personalized learning, faster feedback, and exposure to tools used in modern workplaces. If executed well, North Sumatra could become a model for AI-integrated education in emerging economies. From Medan, the Media Publikasi News team reporting for WhatsApp Today.
This isn't about teaching teachers to code, it's about smart augmentation. Modules will emphasize AI safety, bias awareness, and academic integrity, ensuring educators understand both capabilities and limits. In vocational settings, students might use AI to simulate factory workflows or analyze crop health via drone imagery, making learning directly relevant to local economies. The key is teacher in the loop. AI draft a quiz, the teacher refines it for context. Early adopter will likely see reduced burnout from administrative tasks, but success depends on follow-through, ongoing support, not one-off workshops. If your child's school joins, ask how they will measure impact beyond just participation numbers. 20,000 teachers may sound ambitious, but real change starts in one classroom at a time. A death inside a Samosir prison has launched a high-priority investigation. An alleged inmate altercation ended in tragedy, and now forensic will determine whether charges follow.
Police in Samosir Regency have launched a formal investigation into the death of 27-year-old inmate Arni Siregar, a native of Pasaman, West Sumatra, who died following an alleged physical altercation at Lapas Kelas 3, Pangururan on Monday, 6 October 2025. According to officials, Siregar was rushed to RSUD Hadrianus Sinaga in Pangururan but was pronounced dead on arrival. His body was subsequently transferred under police escort to RS Bayangkara Medan for a full forensic autopsy. Prison head Jeremiah Sinuraya confirmed the incident and stated full cooperation with investigators. Initial reports from Waspada describe a dispute between inmates that escalated into violence, though police have not publicly named suspects, referring to the case only by the initial AR during early interviews. Officers have since questioned multiple witnesses and reinforced internal security protocols to prevent further tension within the facility. Autopsy results from RS Bayangkara are expected within 72 hours and will be pivotal to determining whether criminal charges such as assault or negligence are warranted. Simultaneously, authorities are coordinating with Pasaman district officials to notify Siregar's family and arrange repatriation of the remains, with local reports indicating plans for burial in his hometown. Cases like this often spotlight systemic issues, overcrowding, understaffing, and gaps in inmate monitoring. While Samosir's prison holds fewer than 200 inmates, below national overcrowding thresholds, authorities stress that no conclusion will be drawn until forensic and investigative findings are complete. Police have urged the public to refrain from speculation, emphasizing due process. For families of incarcerated individuals, such incidents underscore the fragility of custodial safety. For the justice system, they test accountability mechanism. As Indonesia works to modernize its correctional facilities, transparency in cases like this builds public trust. We will provide updates as soon as autopsy results are released and any disciplinary or legal actions are initiated. From Pangururan, the Media Publikasi News team reporting for WhatsApp Today.
In custodial death investigations, 3 parallel tracks unfold. Medical forensic determines how death occurred, crime scene analysis reconstruct who was involved and where, and an internal prison review examines why safeguards failed. Only when these converge can authorities assign responsibility, whether criminal, administrative, or systemic. Forensic timelines are methodological toxicology, trauma analysis, and tissue examination take days, not hours. If you are following this case, watch for an official joint statement from police and the Ministry of Law and Human Rights that synthesize all 3 stand. Past cases show that when autopsy reveals foul play, charges can escalate that quickly, but if natural causes or pre-existing conditions are found, the focus shifts to internal reform. Either way, public scrutiny is healthy. It uses institutions to answer not just what happened, but how do we prevent it next time? The autopsy holds the key. Once results arrive, accountability, legal or institutional, will follow. We will bring you verified updates the moment they are available. That's your first blow. Environmental mandates, classroom innovation, and justice under scrutiny. Quick break when we return. A cross-border traffic resolution and SBY urgent climate appeal. Welcome back. First, a small dispute with a big lesson in diplomacy, then a former president called to save our shared future. Not every fender bender needs a courtroom. In Samosir, a traffic incident involving an American tourist ended in mutual agreement, thanks to mediation, translation, and shared commitment to calm resolution.
On the evening of 30 September 2025, around 21 past 30 WIB, a minor traffic incident occurred on Jalan Tuk Tuk in Simanindo, Samosir, involving a U.S. citizen identified as CZ and a local motorcyclist BM. Rather than escalate to formal charges, Samosir Police facilitated a meditation session under Indonesia's restorative justice framework for minor offenses. The American visitor filed a report with the traffic unit, and a police-appointed translator ensured clear communication throughout. The core issue, medical expenses totaling 1.5 million rupiah, was resolved through direct dialogue, with both parties signing a legally recognized settlement agreement in the presence of the traffic unit head and Simanindo precinct officers. Local media highlighted this as a model of humanist policing, a strategy increasingly adopted in high tourism zones like Lake Toba. The approach prioritized de-escalation, cultural sensitivity, and swift resolution to maintain visitor confidence and community harmony. Independent outlets confirmed the process was voluntary, transparent, and concluded without coercion. Tourism authorities have long advocated for such protocols in tuk-tuk, where narrow roads and dense traffic increase collision risk. Mediated outcomes prevent lengthy legal processes for minor harms, reduce police workload, and preserve positive impression of Indonesia as a welcoming destination. Both parties retain the right to pursue formal action if terms are violated, but records show compliance is high in such cases. For travelers, the takeaway is clear: report incidents promptly, cooperate with authorities, and carry travel insurance. For locals, it reinforced that disputes can be resolved fairly without animosity. In a region where tourism drives livelihoods, trust is the most valuable currency. From Simanindo, the Media Publikasi News team reporting for What's Up Today.
Mediation works best when injuries are minor, liability is clear, and both sides agree to talk. Police act as neutral facilitators, not judges. Language support is key. Without it, misunderstandings can spiral. The signed agreement is binding under Indonesian law, and bridge can restart formal proceedings. This model is now standard in Bali, Borobudur, and Lake Toba tourism corridors where reputation matters. If you are involved in a wild minor crash, traveling, stay calm, document the scene, and ask for the local police tourism desk. They are trained for exactly this. A handshake, a signature, and peace restored. Expect more such resolution as Indonesia refines its visitor-friendly justice approach. Floods, heatwave, crop failures, Indonesia feels the climate crisis now. From Jakarta, SBY argues the nation can lead the solution, but only if ambition meets execution.
Speaking at the Indonesia Energy Transition Dialogue in Jakarta on 6 October 2025, former President Susilo Bambang Yudhoyono delivered a forceful appeal for urgent climate leadership. Indonesia can be part of the solution to save our planet, he declared, but only if we move beyond rhetoric to real policy, real investment, and real accountability. SBY warned that leaders who delay climate actions are acting irresponsibly and immorally toward future generations. He called for integrated strategies that engage government, business, and academia to accelerate renewable energy deployment, protect forests, and modernize infrastructure. His remarks come as global climate finance remains skewed, while military spending tops $2.4 trillion annually. Climate adaptation in developing nations receive fractions. This is a new territory for SBY. In 2009, he stunned the Copenhagen Climate Summit by pledging a 26% emission cut, a move that positioned Indonesia as an early climate leader. Now, he argues that legacy must be reignited. The world's money flows to weapons, not wind turbines, he said, urging a reallocation of resources toward green transition. Indonesia's current climate pledges aim for net zero by 2060, but independent trackers like Climate Action Tracker rate its policies as highly insufficient for a 1.5-degree C pathway. SBY's message targets that gap. Ambition must translate into shovel-ready solar farms, grid upgrades, and mangrove restoration, not just beaches. For citizens, the stakes are practical. Climate resilience means fewer flood evacuations, stable food prices, and lower energy bills. The faster Indonesia decarbonizes, the less households pay for climate chaos. SBY's challenge is clear. Turn national pride into national projects. From Jakarta, the media Publikasi news team reporting for WhatsApp Today.
Indonesia holds unique leverage vast rainforests that store carbon, a young workforce ready for green jobs, and a growing domestic market for clean tech. But turning potential into progress requires boring essential work, cutting red tape for solar permits, upgrading transmission grids, and ensuring climate funds aren't lost to corruption. SBY's critique of militarization isn't anti-defense, it's pro-priority when a country spends 10 times more on jets than on coastal mangrove, it's betting on the wrong future. Watch for concrete signals. Is the government fast-tracking geothermal projects? Are state-owned enterprises divesting from coal? Are village-level climate adaptation funds actually reaching farmers? Those are the real indicators, not submit photo ops. If you want to track progress, follow project pipelines, not press releases. Words must now become words. Tuberness and protected forests will monitor weather this year. Climate rhetoric fools next year's real-world action. 2 stories, 2 scales, one resolved on a village road. The other encoded in global climate holds. After the break, Mandalika roaring success and Binjai's gentle leathern glow. Don't go away. Welcome back. First, speed and spectacle, then tradition and light, roaring engines, record crowds, and a massive economic ripple. Mandalika MotoGP weekend has set a new benchmark for Indonesian sport tourism. Here's how the numbers add up.
Indonesia's Minister of Tourism and Creative Economy, Erick Thohir, announced that the 2025 Indonesian Motorcycle Grand Prix at Mandalika International Street Circuit attracted approximately 142,000 spectators from 3 until 5 October, a new attendance record for the event. State Radio RRI reported an estimated economic impact of 4.8 trillion rupiah or $289 million. Driven by spending on hotels, food, transport, merchandise, and local services. Major outlets including Antara, Tempo, and the Jakarta Post corroborated the figures, with the latter sitting on official count of 140,324 attendees. Social media from MotoGP organizers celebrated another record crowd, while qualifying sessions saw Marco Bezzecchi smash the lap record, enhancing the circuit prestige among global riders. The economic benefits extended well beyond the track. Hotel occupancy in Mataram, Kuta, and Praia exceeded 95%, with many properties fully booked weeks in advance. The provincial government amplified local inclusion by offering discounted tickets to NTB residents and civil servants. a move that boosted community buy-in without eluding national appeal. For micro-entrepreneurs, the weekend was a lifeline. Homestays, street food vendors, ride-hailing drivers, and craft artisans reported their highest earnings of the year. One Mataram warung owner told Tempo his sales tripled over the weekend. Yet the true test lies beyond race day. Can Mandalika sustain momentum? Officials are already planning off-season events, motorsport academies, music festivals, and corporate retreats to keep infrastructure active year-round. If successful, Mandalika could evolve from a seasonal spectacle into a permanent tourism ecosystem. That is the vision, not just hosting races, but building a brand synonymous with world-class, family-friendly sport tourism. From Mandalika, NTB, the Media Publikasi News team reporting for WhatsApp Today.
Big events succeed on logistics, not luck. Mandalika worked because organizers mastered the basic: seamless ticketing, reliable shuttle service, clear signage, and crowd control that kept families comfortable. For local businesses, the lesson is bundling over race weekend packages that include lodging, transport, and local experience. The 40.8 trillion rupiah isn't magic. It's the sum of 142,000 people spending wisely across a coordinated ecosystem. Going forward, the focus massive to legacy, training local event staff, upgrading regional airport, and ensuring environmental safeguard like waste management during peak crowds. If NTB treats this as a one-off windfall, the gains fade, but if it invests the revenue into infrastructure and skills, Mandalika becomes a perpetual engine, not just a weekend peak. One record-breaking weekend, but the real victory is turning spikes into sustained growth. After the day of hard news, a moment of beauty, thousands of lanterns lit Binjai Street in celebration of the Mid-Autumn Festival. Tradition, tolerance, and togetherness took center stage. Lantern parades thrive on collective effort, unlike top-down festivals. These are community-built temples organized, school mobilize students, local businesses sponsor lanterns, and city officers ensure safety. If you attend with children, simple step helps stick to designated walking zones. Carry a small bag for trash and agree on a meeting point in case of separation. The deeper value, these events normalize multiculturalism. When Muslim neighbors join a Buddhist organized parade, or Christian students carry letters, tolerance becomes lived experience, not just a slogan. Binjai models show that culture celebration, when inclusive and well managed, strengthens social fabric without requiring grand budget. It's proof that sometimes the most powerful statements are made not with words, but with light. The letter fades, but the spirit remains. Here's to more nights where a city walks together, under shared skies and shared hopes. That's our broadcast for today. From waste reform and AI classroom to justice, climate urgency, economic surge, and cultural like tonight, story remind us that progress and tradition can coexist. If this rundown helped you stay informed, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thank you for watching What's Up Today. Until next time, stay informed, stay kind, and good night.